Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome to another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. I hear my brothers once again. Dre and Dre.
What's good? 94 Feet Nation back in the building.
I'm also here with my brother Kesey.
What's good, co-host? How are you, my brother?
I'm good. I was gonna say we got the brother title back.
Hey, and you just lost it. Way to go. Congratulations, Kesey.
We don't need it.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you mean Kesey lost it? Or I lost it? Who lost it? Keep going.
Hey, you on video. I don't care. That's your video. Whatever. It's too late.
Give me that.
Anyways.
It's for him.
Okay.
You know how we do it? It wouldn't be 94 Feet Nation if we didn't have shenanigans.
Okay. Like I said before, we're currently on YouTube Live.
That's cool.
Holla at your people.
If y'all want to rob me for $40, go ahead.
Do what you got to do. Right now?
I mean, it is what it is.
When in Rome, huh?
We still love you.
When in Rome.
Ain't nothing
Anyways. Yeah, I know. Anyways, welcome to the 94 Feet Podcast, where we talk about basketball and the NBA, what's going on. Due to time restrictions that was not under my control.
Mine either.
We are going to get out of the injury report and do a quick injury update. Today was Steph Curry's first game back.
And the Lakers lost.
And the game is currently going on.
Well, they're losing badly. Just want to say, welcome back, Steph.
So I was in the midst of saying that, but you had to.
Hey, that's just like Kesey with LeBron. He should get to report on LeBron, and I should automatically get to report on Steph. It's like you get to report on that crybaby in Dallas.
I don't get to report on nobody.
Who's losing badly, you said?
The Lakers. Well, they were.
Why don't you check the score?
I'll check it now.
See, this is why you shouldn't just.
I'll check your mouth too fast. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
You should just
Are they losing now? Just like the Bucks were up by 25 and lost. It happens.
Anyways,
go Steph Curry. Welcome back.
Anyways, I want to update. This is gonna be one of those episodes.
I can't stand you.
So I just wanted to update the injury report. Steph Curry was the first game back. As you just heard, they lost.
They're on the process of losing. There's still time left in the fourth.
Okay. LeBron James is hurt, injured.
Riding a scooter.
His right foot
tendon
is
it's
hurt.
like the heel tendon.
Something like that. But he'll be out for about 3 weeks.
At least
3 weeks. With that said, the Lakers' chance of getting to the play-in tournament equals.
This is the Lakers suck yesterday. They suck again today.
Someone just called me a hater on social media. They said if it was Giannis, Dre, you wouldn't be riding the Bucks like that.
It's very true.
I'm like, do y'all listen to me at all? Are you kidding me? Probably. He said the rest of the Laker games compared to the other 6 and 10 seeds, the Lakers have the third easiest schedule. They said if D'Lo is available and Bron comes back, the Lakers will get a 6 to 8 spot if AD stays healthy.
He got 40 right now.
I'm sorry.
So, you know.
So this
AD,
person,
I thought he sat out today. He didn't sit out today.
He got 40.
So this person called you a hater because
I just
according to them, if a whole bunch of stuff happens, then that's the thing. If a whole bunch of stuff
act like
happens,
they just went on a losing streak or something.
I'm not saying
they're
they
playing pretty good basketball right now.
They are playing pretty good basketball right now, but they're not good enough. They're not playing good enough to get in the play-in tournament.
No,
that's what it comes down.
They have to almost win. Like Zeke said I think we were saying something like 14 and 6. They've already lost, like, of those 14 and 6, you declare like 3 or 4.
No, they lost 1. Okay.
No, they did not.
They did.
Since last week Sunday, I think they lost 1.
I'm talking since the All-Star break.
No, since the last week when we talked, they needed to go 14 and 6. They won 2 and they lost 1.
But how many have they lost since All-Star? So you're saying since last Sunday they need to go 14 and 6?
Yes,
they got 14.
That's when the 20 games started.
Fine. So
and they won't
still believe they can win 14 games?
Yeah.
Without LeBron?
Yeah.
Without D'Lo?
With the schedule? Yeah. With D'Lo, they can. Without D-Lo, we're struggling.
With
We're
D-Lo. With D-Lo.
But Schroeder is playing good basketball right now. I mean, you got to give all them little dudes some credit over there. They playing their heart out right now.
Love.
Rather, I feel like I said before, 8 and 10. They don't
How
make
they gonna go 8 and 10? They already 3-1.
What's your point?
Without LeBron and without D-Lo.
Well, to be fair, I mean, a few of those teams have lost a couple players to suspension and injuries. So,
like who? Nobody they played.
Memphis. They played Memphis.
And they lost to Memphis.
Well, I'm saying they got to play Memphis again.
Hey.
And Memphis is hobbled.
Speaking of Memphis, Morant posted some videos on IG Live with a gun, which got him suspended indefinitely for 2 games. But before that, there was an incident with a 17-year-old at a shoe store, and there was also rumors of him getting into a kid or something. This has been
one more. I need to add one more because you missed another important one. Him on the bench celebrating with gun signs.
That is different.
No, it's not.
Hey.
It's different.
No, it's not.
D-Lo didn't play tonight. He didn't play today.
No, I know he didn't. That's what I said. D-Lo's out.
And they beat the Warriors.
The Warriors suck away.
They beat
they
the
suck.
Warriors.
Unless they at home.
Warriors. Stop.
No, if they not at home, they suck, and you know it.
So they beat a hobbled Warriors.
They didn't beat a hobbled Warriors.
I'm just saying.
They beat a first.
So when the Warriors lose, they're hobbled. But when the Lakers lose without LeBron and AD, they're suck today. They suck tomorrow. They suck again. Right?
Well, they just been sucking all year.
This is with AD and LeBron. They still suck.
Come on, man.
What do you mean? Come on, man. Do they not?
Here you go.
I'm just saying. Do they not?
Here you go.
So
when both are playing, no, they don't suck. When
Steph
one
Curry,
is out, it makes a big difference.
I'll say this: when the Lakers are fully healthy, playing team tournament,
easy,
no problem. Without LeBron, no, you got nothing coming. Here's my thing, Keith. Let me ask this question: would you want the Lakers to go into the play-in tournament without LeBron?
They're going into the play-in tournament with LeBron.
I'm saying, would you want them to go without LeBron?
To the play-in tournament?
Yeah.
I can let them go in the play-in tournament without LeBron.
Do you think they would win a game without LeBron?
With D-Lo, yeah.
No, you crazy.
But
with D-Lo, yeah.
It all depends on Anthony Davis' health.
And you looking at the teams who they got
to
go.
It don't depend on Anthony Davis' health. Because to me, Anthony Davis, Shaq said he threw.
Listen.
I kind of agree.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That 5 through 12 is open.
It's open. But
I'm gonna tell you like this: the Clippers ain't won a game since they picked up your homeboy.
0-5.
That's very true.
And they in the 8th spot, and they was number 5. Did you forget that a week ago?
Russ, you making me look bad, man.
The Warriors. Hold on, the Warriors was out of it until they was like 10th. They're like the 10th or 9th seed.
Yeah.
And then they're the 3rd or 4th.
That's what I'm saying. A team going on a 4 or 5 game winning streak, and it's different.
True.
Well, all I have to say, because I don't want the 94 Feet Nation to think crazy, the Milwaukee Bucks are number 1, the best record in the NBA.
What does that have to do with anything?
I just want to put that out there. Put it out there.
I know why you putting it out there, because your backup is the Bucks, but it's really Golden State.
Okay.
That's who you be.
Okay.
Last year we seen it.
Check the wallet.
Check it.
Check the emails.
Check it.
Bucks fan all day.
Anyway.
Bucks fan all day.
Anyway, let's get to
raise your hand at this table if you're a season ticket holder.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's fandom.
That's not fandom. They're saying you got money. Hey, y'all, I got money.
Nope.
You know what a fandom is?
What's that?
Yesterday, there was a video of a little girl getting an autograph from a Sixer fan, and she had a Sixers jersey on at Pfizer Forum. You know what she did? Put on a Bucks sweatshirt so she can get Giannis's autograph. That's what money does. That's not a fan. That's what money does. Because she was on the floor.
If anyone questions my fandom to the Bucks, it goes all the way back to the dog pound. It goes all the way right.
Dre,
if you don't know
if
you don't know the dog pound is,
I know
you're
what the
not
dog
a real
pound
fan.
is. Dre, was you a season holder? Hold on, was you a season holder when they sucked?
Absolutely.
No, you wasn't.
Isaiah,
it was Dre. I know you.
Isaiah,
there was a couple years you was like, I'm not paying for this.
Time out. Tell the whole story.
Was there a couple years you said I'm not paying for this? Yes or no?
Can I tell the story? But you're lying as to why I wasn't paying for it.
Why wasn't you paying for it?
The reason that I took 2 years off from being a season ticket holder is because our then governor stripped $400 million from the UW system. And I worked for the UW system, and I was an education advocate, which is why I boycotted the Bucks for 2 years because of that. Now, as I got a little older and got some wisdom, the governor, I still hated his cuts, but giving the Bucks a new arena proved to be great for the city for a lot of reasons. Economic growth, it kept Giannis. We brought the city a championship, all those things. But I've only not been a season ticket holder as a response to how education is treated in this state. Not because they suck. Because you know who was a season ticket holder the year we won 10 games? Me. You know who was a season ticket holder the year that Andrew Bogut went down? We were at the game. Remember that? Me. You know who was a season ticket holder when we drafted Jabari Parker? Me. You know who was a season ticket holder when we drafted Giannis, and me and bro and Scooby sat in the bar in our old neighborhood, the Corner Hub, and they drafted Giannis, and I said, I like this pickup. Do you remember that?
And I said, why?
Right. Me. So don't ever question my fandom of my Milwaukee Bucks. Now, you can say he's a closet Warriors fan, and I might, okay, potentially, but more so Steph. But everybody that knows me knows that I'm one of the few true Milwaukee Bucks fans outside of our 94 Feet podcast circle.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me have Stephen B.
No problem. That's because that's what you wanted. I'm not clapping for that.
So come turn the volume up.
Like I said before, money. I got money. That's it. All that little story he just put out there. You know, education is the reason I stopped for 2 years. I was also sitting in that seat when Dre was like, I'm not paying for this. It's crazy.
Now that clap was for me, not Zeke. Thank you, Toe. So,
but let's just move on.
Bring us back.
Thank you.
Bring us back to
the John Moran situation.
Yeah.
Those are that's what's going on with John Morant. Really quickly, just overall with the Grizzlies, they're having. I can't think of his name right now. The dude everybody hates.
Brooks.
Brooks got suspended for a year because he got a 16 technical of the season.
For a year or a game?
Excuse me, for a game.
I'm like, hey, Draymond?
Brandon Cook. Cookie? I think it's Cook. Whatever. He is also out for the year with injury, which is he's part of their rotation, like their 10-man rotation. So right now the Grizzlies doing bad. They're doing real bad.
I wouldn't say they're doing bad, but they're a little cursed.
Because I'm saying they're doing bad right now, just because in the West you can't really give you can't like a 4 or 5 game winning streak or a 4 or 5 game losing streak is the difference between the 4th seed and being out of the playoff conversation all together.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying they're doing bad right now. So those 2 games that Moran is out,
it could be more.
It could. I don't think it'll be more than that.
Yeah,
I don't think so. But
I don't know.
I think that when you break it down like the standings and stuff like that, you can't this is a really bad time for this to happen. Now, but back to the situation. I be honest with you, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all,
what wasn't a big deal?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Him being on IG Live with the little pistol, it was a very tiny pistol. It wasn't like a 22. It was just a tiny pistol.
Let me explain something to you. Before you go any further, shut your mouth. Okay.
Before it goes,
let me explain something to you.
Okay.
First
that
off,
was unnecessary, but go ahead.
That was aggressive.
No, I have to, because one thing you have to remember
Shut your mouth. Like, what is this? The WWE?
Yeah.
You the Rock?
Listen,
Shut your mouth, Judge, bro.
Hey, that teacher in him came out quick.
As a parent,
he put you on a timeout, bro.
I kind of did though.
Hey,
my
man.
bad. My apologies.
Oh, you meant it.
But my thing is, I have kids, bro. And I mean, as an educator, those type of things influence our generations, right? He is a, what do you call it?
Role model.
A role model, a hero. How many kids are going to think that's okay because they saw him do that? And it only take one squeeze of a trigger to take somebody's life, and you can take your own life at that.
I saw John Morant doing it.
Exactly. And today's trend is, oh, I saw him do it. I saw it on TikTok. I saw it on IG. You know what I mean? So it's a big deal to me. It may not be a big deal to some people, but to me, that's a big deal. And I think they should really come down hard on him for it.
What's hard to you?
I don't know. I would suspend him indefinitely if you ask me.
Indefinitely, like how?
Indefinitely means
because
when we tell you to come back.
So somebody can get suspended for saying.
I knew
somebody can get suspended indefinitely for saying certain words.
Yeah.
But you can't be suspended for showing something that could change somebody's life forever.
Go,
no, you go ahead. You're off timeout now. Go ahead. That teacher did it, not me.
I'm in a real good place today, so I'm not gonna.
Are you?
I'm not gonna feed debate. My thing about that is this: I hear everything you're saying, and to me, and my thing about this is, I look at the person. I don't look at what they've accomplished. I don't look at how popular they are. I look at the person. Even though Morant came from a 2-parent household, he's 23. He just got to being where he can do what he want, spend how he spend. And I can tell the way he dress or how he presents himself, what kind of lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle he's living.
That's our,
and
that's
I
our
deal with
today's generation, bro.
But hold on a second.
You're giving an excuse for.
I'm not giving an excuse.
Yeah, you are, because
I'm not giving an excuse.
You said, oh, because he's this and because he's 20 and because of this.
No,
because you do that. Because parents say what they say. Because parents act the way they act, allows these kids to do those things.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm also sympathetic
to
the pressures of a 23-year-old that he has to deal with.
No,
I'm only saying that because as you two as educators, I'm on the other side of that.
No,
I'm on the other side of that. No. Yeah, you can look at the face and make a face. A 23-year-old doesn't have the mindset of a 33-year-old. A 23-year-old doesn't have the mindset
at the end of the day.
43-year-old.
At the end of the day, he did on IG Live, right? Think about this.
Yeah. What kids don't do stuff on IG Live today?
On the side of his head, he accidentally pumps the trigger, and he can kill himself on IG Live, and millions of people could have saw that.
Okay, let me ask. Okay, let me ask
you
you a
have
question.
to think about all the things that could have happened.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this question. This is kind of comparing apples to oranges. Paul Pierce on IG Live with a blunt in his mouth and a bunch of females around.
Retired.
Hold on a second. He got fired from ESPN immediately.
As he should have.
I'm seeing somebody who is two things that came to my mind. He young, 23. All right, whatever. He took accountability right away. That's number two.
He didn't take accountability right away.
He
took accountability after he got suspended.
Of course he did.
After he got ridiculed.
Of course he did.
After all the negative stuff started coming out.
It happened in 48 hours.
Finish your thoughts so I can go in on my Stephen C.
Here we go. So my thing is, like I said before, he's 23 years old. At 23-year-olds, we was all doing dumb stuff.
No, we didn't have
that much to leave.
At 23-year-olds, I wasn't playing the guns because I was scared my mama might punch me in the face for doing it.
Exactly. You was doing other dumb stuff.
Listen.
Don't see her act like y'all was so mature at 23.
I've been mature since I was 13.
I was in college at 23.
Hold on. Only person at this table that can probably say that is that man right there. I was in
college at 23.
And when he went to... We ain't gonna talk about what he was doing
at 23,
at a different age, but that's a whole other story.
At 23, I was working on my degree.
I know you was working on your degree, but you was also doing some other stuff.
Like what?
So
see, I'm not gonna put you.
I wasn't doing that. I wasn't holding guns.
I don't want to open nobody's closet. Okay,
open the closet. We ain't got nothing to hide.
You sure?
Hey man, it all
because you done did some stuff
when we
so
repent.
You want
people to know what you were doing at 23?
I didn't say I wasn't doing no. I know I was dumb at 23. I know exactly what I was doing at 23.
Oh, I do.
And it was ridiculous.
when we repented, it all went into the lake of fire. Jesus forgave us anyway.
He forgives, but he didn't forget.
Oh, Jesus, when he forgives, he absolutely.
I ain't
forgives.
Jesus, and I know.
So anyway, let me say this about John Morant. First of all, John Morant does not get a pass. John Morant is a college-educated individual. He did 2 years at Murray State. So he had to learn. Hold up, let me finish. I was quiet for you to swallow.
You know what? You're right. Go ahead.
He went to college for 2 years. You just signed a major extension. Your team, the Memphis Grizzlies, has also earned the reputation of the most hated team in the NBA because of their attitude, because of their demeanor, because of their disrespect of the game of basketball. Now, John Morant, first of all, it comes out that you beat up a 17-year-old. We can't judge that because we don't know if it's true or not, right? We can't judge that. It's just rumors. You're on the bench knowing that you have pending gun allegations and you're constantly let me finish.
Those weren't peeling.
Let me finish.
You lying though.
What am I lying about?
He didn't have no gun pending allegations.
No, I didn't say that.
He just said that.
He put out a gun on a 17-year-old, allegedly, that the police are investigating. That's why I said allegations. I didn't say charges.
You go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
I didn't say charges. I said allegations.
Go ahead.
So he's on the bench celebrating, knowing that these allegations are fresh out there, and he's playing with guns, right? Let me make sure my mic is on this time because last time it went off for like 6 minutes. So, and then he was doing the shooting signs, right? And then you go on the same night and you play with a gun on Instagram Live. What if you had someone watching that was suicidal? Number one. Number two, what if you accidentally pulled that trigger? How many athletes do we know have accidentally killed someone? I think about the other Jason Williams that accidentally killed his chauffeur. I may have the name. Was it Jason Williams?
Jason Williams, he was drunk.
Who accidentally killed his chauffeur and tried to hide it, right? You think about the former vice president, Dick Cheney, out there deer hunting and shot his friend. No one ever knows what happened to that. Right?
That's WPS.
Nevertheless, John Morant, you have to be more responsible. I'm not going to crucify him. I'm not going to say he needs to get banned, but a 2-game suspension is a slap in the face to people like Kyrie Irving. Gilbert Arenas was banned from the NBA for having a gun in a locker room. We all know, we've said together that Kyrie Irving endorse anti-Semitic things when he posted just a link. Mm-hmm. John Morant is endorsing violence with a gun when he is arguably the most popular athlete for the younger generation. All the kids want to be like who?
Hands down. I told you when I was in Lids, I said, man, that's a slick Ray Allen jersey. The kid said, who is Ray Allen? and then he said, hey, Mom, can I get a John Morant jersey?
And I say this to say,
that's how popular he is.
First of all, I acknowledge that he acknowledged early. I messed up. Yeah, you better acknowledge it because now you're losing money. But look at how they carry themselves at games. His entourage, trying to fight people on the court, taking trash talking to another level. So if I'm John Morant, this is what I do. Number one, go ahead and play the card you're going to play, whatever it is, whether it's mental health, whether it's I need to do better dealing with my whatever. Do what you're going to do, but you need to have some educated people in your entourage. One thing that I admire about LeBron James brought most of the homies with him, but he didn't bring them all. You don't see all them starting 5 from his high school team in his entourage, do you?
Don't want to be on the banana boat all the time.
Well, what I'm saying is we need, like, for example, in my office, right? I have people that work for me. I didn't hire a bunch of yes men or yes women.
You sure? I seen them.
Oh, man, shut up, man. Don't disrespect my team like that, man.
They on the Andre banana boat. What's up, Dre, man?
Bogus. Man, just because people show respect don't mean it. Listen, Ja Morant needs to hire, first of all, somebody to handle his social media.
Nah.
Yeah, he does. Because if you had a publicist, they would have told you, wouldn't they, Kesey? Don't do that.
He still
exactly.
No, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have. Because people with good publicists, they do stuff the right way or they clean it up right away.
Why you think he apologized?
Ja Morant, get you some people in your circle that can say, you know what, dude, before you do that, let's talk about this. But personally, I hope he learns his lesson. I hope the NBA doesn't do what they could do. Think about Latrell Sprewell. Think about Gilbert Arenas, right? Think about all those things. And these players got blackballed. Carmelo got blackballed just for the reputation of being a terrible teammate. The NBA literally could do whatever they want to Morant right now, but I hope they don't. Ja was wrong. He owned that he was wrong, so kudos to that. But I hope the NBA doesn't blackball and crucify him. And the whole point of what I'm saying in my speech here is not to crucify him, but we can't give him a pass. If I did something like that on Instagram Live right now, the locks will be changed at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee in the morning.
It should. You're an educator.
Exactly.
You're not a 23-year-old.
And you're a role model with millions of dollars. They know better.
I just feel like I said before, he's 23. As far as the whole gun situation, it could have been uglier. It could have turned worse. I think Morant knows that, hey, I should have handled this better. But he's 23. But my thing about this is, another thing I thought about was, like, as much as we want these 18-year-old, 19-year-olds to get these NBA deals, this is a grown man league. And the grown man make decisions and make grown man decisions. I don't blame Morant for being still in these streets. He's still in these streets.
But you can be classy in the streets.
Not being
go VIP at the club.
You can't be cool and be classy. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
I went to P. Diddy's birthday party in Vegas, and everybody with VIP booths was classy. They had bottle service. They had chicks. They had their own waiter and their own security.
Okay.
How come
you talk about hold on? You talking about a generation? You talking about a generation that hang with Diddy? We're talking about a generation of NBA young boys. We're talking about a generation of Gucci men.
But you don't
talking about
Zion. You don't see Zion on the news
because he ain't invited. What are you talking about? You want to see Zion there? We're talking about a generation that deal with guns on the regular. Why y'all acting like these guys? Because y'all talking about kids who are doing the right thing. That's number one. Number two, you also talking about white kids that's looking at Morant like, oh yeah, the gritty. This little dance I do. Oh. But you're talking about, I'm talking about this generation of kids are different. Don't act like they not different. These Kia boys,
they are very influenced by the things that they see on social media.
He's 23.
It doesn't matter. Stop giving excuses.
I'm not giving excuses. Because I'm also not crucifying him for that.
At the end of the day, if he did something stupid on IG Live, guess what? He'd be in jail like the rest of the 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds.
Exactly.
They're spending life behind bars. He's 23 years old, and you got to make better decisions as a role model, as a professional, as an adult.
Who said he wanted to be a role model?
Especially, it doesn't matter.
Who said he wanted to be a role model?
It doesn't matter. You are. It doesn't matter.
Besides Charles Barkley coming out saying, I'm not a role model. Besides him,
listen,
a lot of these guys don't want to be role models. They don't care to be role models.
Basketball players don't make $200 million. Listen, Ja Morant, and I don't believe Kesey or I crucified him. We just spoke facts in the situation, right? Crucifying, kick him out the league, put him in jail.
Kesey said indefinitely.
Suspension indefinitely doesn't mean you're kicked out.
That doesn't mean you're kicked out. That means until we figure out what your consequence could be. Just giving him 2 games is like a slap on the wrist. Like, okay,
it's too late in the season. It's too late in the season.
It doesn't matter.
You get 3 days. You get 3 days for in school suspension.
Well, and not only
3
that,
days.
The NBA. Anyway, so the other part of that to remember, man, with Ja Morant, in a world where mental health and suicide is on an all-time high, that's irresponsible, man. That's irresponsible because if someone that's suicidal potentially can look at that video and say, man, he has all this money and fame and he held a gun. I didn't see the video, but he held a gun to his head. Is that what you said?
He didn't have a gun to. He had like a gun. If the pistol was like right here, it was a small pistol, and it was just
why you
like
keep saying
hanging.
small? A pistol is a pistol.
It was a small
pistol. A bullet is a bullet. A bullet can take anybody's life at any moment.
I know. I said it could have gone worse. I said that. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like
excuses for it then.
I'm saying he's young. So
you're saying he gets a pass because he's young.
No, I'm not saying he gets a pass. I never said that. I'm saying that I'm more understanding because he is so young.
I disagree, man.
I feel like he made bad decisions. He made a bad decision. I feel like he took accountability for it. But Absolutely. You can't say, I feel like it's like you can't sit here and just say, hey, you in the NBA now, you got to change your whole mentality.
Well, here's the thing.
You in the NBA now, you just signed this big contract. You need to change your way of thinking, the way of living.
Or you're gonna be broke.
Because like the post, I say like off the mics, we talked, and you was like, I blame who he around. I'm like, I blame who he around because your crew's supposed to protect you, and his crew is not protecting him.
I said that he needs a new entourage. He had 1,700 people watching this based on these still shots. But, I was with a group of people over the weekend, and someone said the problem with Ja Morant's class and, the players in his age is that they're fake tough, right? Huh. They're fake tough. And so holding the guns, trying to fight on the court, is what their generation is doing. Again, I hope Ja gets the help. I think it was incredible that he apologized. He's certainly given the sports world a lot to talk about this week, but I hope the best for Ja Morant. Hopefully the Memphis Grizzlies as an organization can do better because they're a terrible organization of how they handle themselves on the basketball court.
I don't think that.
That's okay.
And it just gave people like you the ammo.
People like me.
People like you that
people
feel
like me.
People like you that say these that don't like the cockiness, that don't.
They
like
haven't.
The
no,
arrogance.
I just thought that they haven't earned anything. Zeke, what have they earned to
I'm not
be
saying
as cocky as they are?
I'm not saying they earned anything. I'm not saying they've done anything. I'm just saying that for. Like, especially because Golden State fan.
You sound like a person who got thinking.
No,
like you sound like a person who's thinking like a 23-year-old right now.
No, I'm saying like a person. No, I'm saying like a person who's on the other side of that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. No, because while you a teacher saying, "Oh, get out of my face, shut it up. You don't know what you're talking about. Listen to me."
I don't know what teacher he's talking about. I've never done that.
Well, is that what you hear me do?
You just did it to me, so I know you do it to the kids. They bigger than, they smaller than you. Who knows? At the end of the day, hey, put this on your face. I didn't slap you like that. Put that on your face. But
my reputation around my building. Every kid know.
But my thing is, I'm more understanding because I once was to a 23-year-old who was doing stupid.
What did we not say? That
how
was
you
understanding?
Okay, you're not condemning him, but are you reprimanding him?
No,
there has to be consequences.
Why are you saying it like you just didn't say? You on this whole?
I said
you gotta do better, get better people around you. See, the thing about Morant is he's cocky, and the whole Memphis Grizzly team is like this. This is why they ain't did nothing.
So that's not a reprimand. A reprimand is Ja Morant needs to be suspended. Ja Morant needs to lose money. Ja Morant needs to lose endorsements. Even Nike came out and stood behind him. Nike released a statement and said, we're going to stand behind and we're going to hold.
Of course they did.
So what I'm saying is you're saying reprimand. Like I'm going to speak for myself. My comments did not reprimand.
What did your comments do?
It reprimanded the situation. It brought light to the situation. Whether it was Morant, Kesey, Tone,
I didn't hear. You know what? You know what I didn't hear? You know what I didn't hear? You know what I didn't hear? Both of y'all little rants.
What?
No, being sympathetic for a
23-year-old
black
man.
Play the
tape.
Play the
tape.
No,
that's your thing. Play the tape.
We can play it later.
Hold on. No. You don't lie.
Don't lie.
I said I am glad Morant apologized for his actions.
You cleaned it up at the end.
No, that's a lie. And I said I hope he gets the help that he needs, but there has to be accountability for actions. If that's a reprimand, sorry, bro, that's life. Because y'all do the same thing to me. Right?
The same thing to you about what?
If anything, if I got reprimanded for hitting a kid,
well, you deserve it.
Okay, they're gonna come in me and say, "Dre, you need to pay the price for that."
Yeah, you deserve
right?
Yeah, you
or
deserve
if you hit an inmate, right? I'm gonna say you overstep your boundaries.
Nah, it depends on the situation, but I get what you're saying.
Listen, man, Ja Morant is a face of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
He is the superstar that kids love. He made a boneheaded decision that will have consequences for his actions. But as I said earlier, I don't want to see him banned. I don't want to see him kicked out the NBA. But he does need to surround himself with a better circle that can help him make better decisions. Now, if you feel like that's not lifting up a black man, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
Jeez.
Charles,
wait. Why are you so nonchalant about this?
Why am I so nonchalant about it?
Yeah.
I just told you why. I just feel like as somebody who is young, 23-year-old, I remember what it's like to be a 23-year-old.
But you rolled Kyrie though. You rolled Kyrie about what he did. Kyrie didn't physically threaten anybody.
Kyrie didn't physically threaten anybody, and neither did Morant.
He himself.
Well, they got to do anything. So the thing about Kyrie is Kyrie not only hurt a already hurt I don't say religion. Population. That's a better word for it. He not only did that, he had a I don't care attitude about it. And my thing about that is
he deleted his apology right after he got traded.
He did. And my thing about that is, number one, Kyrie been in the league how long?
A long time.
Okay. Kyrie, and then on top of that, being even more real about it, you know damn well you can't talk about the white man and think he ain't finna say something to you. And just be like, what?
But our black community can do things like show guns on the side, posting guns on the side of your head, like you.
They expect us to do that,
and that's the problem.
Why you think? Hold on.
To do that?
Why you think? Why you think Nike?
You
think Nike is standing by him? Because they expect. I expect him to do that. He's 23. I'm not saying that's right.
Nike standing by him right now because they have the new shoes launch in a couple of weeks that they don't want to lose multi-millions of dollars on that haven't even touched the stores yet.
Well, if they don't, because remember, if parents see that video,
because they already lost money from Kyrie Irving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If parents say, we're never going to another Morant game. You're gonna burn your Morant jersey. Now, I don't want to. That's what I said. I don't want to see him get crucified on that end because the new N word is thug. You didn't hear the word thug come out of my mouth. You might hear it from some other people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see that for John. Nike standing behind him because Nike tends to stand behind the controversial athlete.
They do if it's in their benefit.
Of course.
And Kyrie wasn't in their benefit.
Okay, Adidas lost $1 billion getting rid of Kanye.
And they having negotiations with him right now. Like,
does anybody know where he is?
No, but they having a conversation. They having a conversation with him like, hey, can we talk about this?
They're trying to repair
the relationship because they lost money.
They lost $1 billion.
But
think how much money the Nike lost off of Kyrie, but they making money off of other players. But at the same time, Kyrie is the number one selling basketball shoe in America.
So Nike didn't lose money. Nike just didn't extend his contract. They didn't drop him. They just said we're gonna move on.
Well, moving on.
Segue.
The Joker. Well, I can say the Joker. Kendrick Perkins.
Hold up before we move on. Shout out to Ja Morant. Get some help. Thank you for taking ownership. If it is truly mental health related, we wish you the best and continue to be our hope is that you become a great example for all the young fans that's watching you.
Just know everybody is watching, Morant.
They don't let you like that, Morant.
Be great, man.
Keep doing your thing.
And be a role model, man, and be conscious in your decisions that you make, man.
You don't have to be a role
model. You got a whole lot of people behind you, man, not just family. You got a whole lot of fans and kids that are watching you every day, man. Be great, man.
Be great.
Live your life, Morant.
Anyways,
what?
That's the problem.
I'm not the problem.
People like you.
I'm not a problem.
If you all look at my personal Instagram page, it says at 94 feet, co-creator, co-host. The views and opinions spoken are those spoken.
You done?
I'm done.
Thank you. Can I move on now? Can I move on now?
You can move on now.
Thanks. So Kendrick Perkins.
You know what they're gonna say about you if hold on before you move on. Before you move on.
No,
you know what they're gonna say about you if you ever run for politics? They're gonna be like, you're an endorser of hate.
I'm not an endorser of hate.
You're an endorser.
I'm always sympathetic. Especially when it comes to black people. But other than that, I'm not sympathetic. But when it comes to black people, I'm sympathetic. But hey, I guess that's fine.
Black History Month over.
Black History Month is all year round.
Absolutely, it is.
Can I go? Can I move on? Now?
You can now move on.
All right, thank you. Here we go. Take your time. I can wait. Ain't that what your teacher say? I can wait.
We need to get you some more Bucks hats. I don't like all this Chicago stuff.
Dude, you be putting all these Bucks hats. You promote yourself as Bucks fans, but you know what? I'm not even gonna put your business out there.
Go ahead. I just bought a new Bucks hat.
That's cool.
Really nice one.
Anyways,
Keith, I think you'll like
what's I finna say? Okay, so Kendrick Perkins talking about stat padding, the Joker.
Yeah,
I had a conversation with an OG of mine today. This is about the Joker. I'm gonna still stick what I say. I'm gonna still stick with what that's cool. I mess with that. I mess with that. Thanks for showing me on while we talking. Are you done?
Right. Go ahead, we listening to you.
Stat padding and how he's really not the MVP of the league. Now we kind of tapped on dance on this last week, but I should throw it off here just because it got mids in there. I don't know if you ever show me a picture of mids. The Joker. What do y'all think about the Joker game as far as this claim of stat padding, whatever you call it?
I mean, all the greats do it. Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady would throw 4 or 5 yard touchdown passes to stat his. Aaron Rodgers would not throw. He would throw balls out of bounds to not get interceptions.
Okay, I can say that. Let me ask this question though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you condoning this, or do you even believe that's what's going on?
Hold on.
Go ahead, Keith. You go first.
So we talking about what Kendrick Perkins said, right?
Yeah.
Did you say exactly what he said yet?
Stat padding or something like that?
That ain't what he said.
What did he say?
He said he's on the verge of winning his 3rd straight MVP because he is
stat padding.
No.
What?
He's white.
That I was gonna kind of.
He said that.
I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there because of that.
Oh boy.
I was gonna get there, but I didn't want to go right there. But I heard that part too. But he started with the stat stuff, and then he
started with the stats, and then he went to say, and because he's white, because he's did the same thing, like you said. He's been doing this for how many years now? About 4 or 5 straight years, right? Same stats, right?
Yeah.
But you got black players who do the same thing and don't get that credit to win 3 in a row.
Let me ask you something, though.
Or don't get that chance to win 3 in a row. I kind of agree with him in a certain extent.
Let me ask you something, though. Let me ask you something, because I was talking to somebody today. Like I said, I was talking to OG today, and he was like, I said, what about Jason Tatum? He's like, who does he make better around him? I said,
the whole team?
No, I thought about that. He don't. Jaylen Brown is a beast by itself. Al Horford gonna do what Al Horford do. He's not making anybody better around him.
He hasn't played in a minute either.
So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this MVP list, and it's down to like 3-4 people.
Giannis, Joker, and Tatum.
Giannis, Joker, and Tatum. Now Giannis, I don't know if we'll have enough time, but the Bucks just ended their 16 game winning streak.
Yep. And mind you, Giannis missed many of those.
He missed some of those games, and he didn't play as much because whatever. But the Bucks are super deep right now, like almost deep enough where a lot of guys aren't going to get minutes that's used to getting like 20, 30 minutes. And it's going to have to go on a one of those things where, it comes, if you hot, I'm gonna leave you in. If you're not, I'm pulling you, whatever the case may be. I think this is a great problem to have, but it's a problem. So I guess my question comes down to, what do you guys think about like Joker on the verge of getting his 3rd MVP? And do you think that has something to do with him being white?
Let me ask y'all this. How do you stat stuff a triple-double? That's hard to do.
It's not hard to do, because
here's why it's not, because I could see if Joker didn't score 25, 30, and 40, if he scored 10, you know what I'm saying, 10 and 10, but Joker's getting 25, 30, 14, 11, he's putting up some unique stats. And let's be honest, he doesn't have to do everything, right? Joker won MVP last year. He won the year before that, and he's probably going to win his third because he's averaging a near triple-double. I don't think he's stat stuff, and I just think people aren't used to someone that big being that great.
Somebody said why Giannis didn't win 3 in a row? Because he's been good and great and big and triple-doubled almost.
But his stats aren't better. His stats aren't better.
But they ain't getting bounced out the playoff first round every year, and they just won a championship. So,
but we already talked about this, Keith. We know that the MVP doesn't matter when it comes to the playoffs.
And the Bucks have had a better record than Denver almost every year.
I don't disagree with you. Giannis should win it this year to me.
So my thing is, how come he qualifies for it every year?
Because
and then you got certain players who do the same stats or the same numbers, but might not have as good of a.
Well, first of all, I see you leaning towards LeBron.
That's no, I'm not even talking about LeBron.
Number 2, you always leaning towards LeBron.
No,
but my thing is, I guess when we talk about MVP and stats and stuff like that, and I do say the same thing. If you're doing the same thing year after year after year, that's just your game. I'm not going to keep on giving you the MVP award.
So then, how come he getting it then? And how come you going along with it then?
Well,
you doing the same thing every year.
So what he has,
and then they lose in the playoffs every year.
What he hasn't said yet was, go ahead, you say your own story.
Thank you. That's why I don't think that he on 10 today. But no, I don't think that he deserves an MVP. That's just his game. His game is to make the right play every single time. There's nothing spectacular about Joker's game.
I agree.
There's nothing outstanding, but that's just the kind of player he is. And it's funny to me because I said last week that the Joker game is boring. It's very boring. Fundamental is very boring. But his goal is always to win the game and to win the championship. I think that's his ultimate goal. But he's not doing it the way we're used to doing it. Like, he's not recruiting anybody to Denver. He's like, this is my team. This is what I have to work with. I'll do that. I think Luka is on that spectrum too, but he's leaning, because he's younger, he's leaning more towards the, all right, I got to get out of here because this is not happening here. Denver actually has a shot of doing it. They have the best record in the league, and like, I think you asked me and Dre, like, why y'all not talking about Denver when we talking about championships? Ain't nobody scared of them.
Nobody's scared of them.
Like, nobody's scared of them. My whole thing when Kendrick brought this, I thought it was stupid. But then I was like, that's stupid. Why would you say that? That's a stupid take. But then, to counter his point, he said, what did he say? He said, only 3 guys have won the MVP that wasn't in top 10 in scoring. What do those guys have in common?
Ethnicity.
Race. White. They're white.
Race.
They're white.
And who were the 3?
The 3 were Steve Nash.
Of course. Back to back. Shouldn't have been.
Dirk
should have won.
And Joker.
Joker should have won his, though.
I'm not saying he should have got 1. I'm not saying he should have got 2.
Okay,
but 3 is kind of crazy.
Who should have got it last year if Joker didn't?
I'm not saying he should have got it last year. I'm saying he should have got it this year. Because if he, you know what? If he didn't get it last year, who should have got it last year?
Who?
Joel Embiid. He didn't because he got hurt.
He went hurt.
He got hurt, and he was like, okay, he's out.
Yeah.
But if he wouldn't have got hurt, Joel Embiid clearly played better basketball to him, and he's a better. I ain't gonna say he's a better. I think he'd be giving Joker the biz. I ain't gonna hold you. He'd be giving Joker the biz.
Who?
Joel Embiid.
So does Giannis.
No, not like this. Not like this. They don't play the same position.
They don't, but he holds Giannis. You better watch them games.
Yeah, a little bit. Giannis can get past him.
So if you're asking me to vote for MVP this year alone, in my opinion, it should be Giannis.
I'm not gonna say Giannis, but continue.
But if we're saying, well, Joker's not doing anything differently, the most valuable player really is Jason Tatum.
But you know, okay, now Jason Tatum statistically, I think, is MVP. And it's funny because if Joker is not in top 10 of scoring and he gets MVP, I'm just kind of like, that's just his game. And I can't keep giving him this this accolade that is so high.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna
just
give
for doing what
I'm
you
gonna give
do.
you a raise for doing your job, and you and you never exceed expectations.
You're right. You know what? You exactly.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Boston is just as good without Tatum, though.
I don't know about that.
They're not as great.
They're not great, but they're good.
When Jason Tatum isn't on his game, Boston loses majority of the time.
See, here's a counter for that. The time that Philadelphia, they played last week Sunday or Saturday. That was a good game, right?
Great game.
Jason Tatum had a horrible game, and they still pulled it out.
They pulled it out, but they had to work really hard for it.
They had to work really hard for it. So Boston is a good team. They're pretty deep. Like besides the Bucks, Boston is probably the next deepest team.
If Joker wins 3 in a row, if he wins 3 in a row, the NBA will have to look at how they award the MVP, because now people are going to start getting pissed off. Especially when Kobe Bryant only has 1 to his name and LeBron only has 4 to his name.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it.
Because Joker's going on. How long has he been in the league? 5-6 years. And he's going on the 3rd MVP. LeBron has played 19 seasons. 8. LeBron has played 19 seasons.
Came in 15-16
and has 3 MVP or 2 and likely 1. Bron has played 19 seasons and only has 4.
20 seasons
and only has 4 MVPs. Is he have 4 or 5? What does Bron have? 4 MVPs. That's it. Nah. You got to start doing it like you did the Jordan era, because Jordan could have won MVP every year.
Not every year.
Every year in the 90s that he played, he could have won.
Every year he won a championship.
Every year in the 90s, but the 2
every year he won a championship.
But the 2 he took off, he could have won MVP. But they spread it around because you can't treat the MVP like an automatic award because you're continuing to meet my expectations. You have to exceed expectations. So I give you credit for opening my eyes to that. Joker has not exceeded expectations because, to your point, this is his game. But the same could be said about Giannis. Giannis is a walking double-double. And if he had a jump shot, he'd be like KD or better, right? So this is Giannis's game. So should Giannis get another MVP? Because this is his game.
That's what I said. I'm sorry. Here's my thing about that. So with Giannis, if he don't get it this year,
he won't.
Or next year, he's done winning them. He's done winning MVP.
Unless he leaves the Bucks and wins it somewhere else.
Okay.
Bye.
So, that's my thing. That's my thing. We'll keep an eye out on it.
So if we got a vote, let's act like we're the voting public. Markeith, I ain't called him his government name in years. Kesey. I
can't believe you just did that. I almost got tongue twisted for a second.
Me too. I'm like, what's your name? Brian, I don't think I called you your real name since we known each other.
Probably in like, dude, I ain't even gonna say how many years.
I know. If you had a vote, who gets the MVP right now? Most valuable player in the NBA. If you had to vote,
Giannis.
Okay,
hands down.
Why?
Who better than him?
Okay. Zeke, if you had to vote
at first, my vote went towards Luka, but Jason Tatum, to me, statistically, has probably had the best year out of everybody, and his team is like number 1, number 2.
The Bucks are number 1, so how? You're not number 1.
Okay, well, again, we talk about this. This is your game. This is your game.
And that's Giannis the problem.
But Giannis' game allows him. Y'all keep talking about Jordan and LeBron. Shaq was a dominant force for a very long time. And how many MVP awards he had?
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
So like, my thing about this is who's having an outstanding year, like stand out from the difference makers. There is an argument for Joker, but to me, statistically, when I look at the stats and I compare the Joker stats versus Tatum stats, I feel like Tatum's stats overthrows his, and he's having an MVP caliber season.
So here's what throws me off. Top 3, Joker is averaging 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Triple-double. His numbers in the first 2 categories are less than Giannis. Giannis is averaging 31 and 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum is averaging 30 and 8. So Joker in points, he's not beating either of them. But if we want to keep the league fresh and award improvement and award and acknowledge that, hey, NBA has several great players, my heart says Giannis, but how can you not give it to Jason Tatum? He is having, in my opinion, if people didn't think Jason Tatum was a superstar before this season people acknowledge Jason Tatum.
Last year he was a superstar too.
He's been a superstar for me forever.
He's been a superstar until he got to the finals and folded.
Clearly.
To your Golden State Warriors.
To Steph Curry, like I told y'all he would. Like I told y'all he would. Just like this year, they'll lose to the Bucks in 7 with a healthy Chris Middleton.
I don't think Chris Middleton is a factor anymore. That's how deep the Bucks is.
The Bucks are so deep, nobody has to score.
And then you know what?
Besides Giannis.
And you know what? You know what? This has been Drew Holiday coming out season. Because he like, okay.
Their injuries.
Middleton is going to be out for a while, and he's not coming back as strong. I got it.
Their injuries have brought a new Drew out.
How do y'all like the signing of Gordon Dragic?
That's how I was going to end on that. You know what's funny? That's why I'm bringing this up, because I thought everybody was on the same accord. Oh, money. Twitter was like, no. I was like, really? No. Tell me why no.
I'll share comments after the cameras are rolling.
What do you mean? Go ahead, right now, real quick.
My real comments after the cameras are rolling.
Okay, after the real. Okay. See how he got that public image. Anyways, so, why don't you like Dragic?
We already have Joe Ingles.
Mm-hmm.
We already have Grayson Allen.
He's a better shooter than both those guys, by the way. But continue.
Then why does he keep getting bought out?
Because he's older.
What? Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
My point exactly. We keep getting rid of younger players to stack our roster with older players who are in their upper 30s who can occasionally shoot.
Okay.
I'll take them, but I don't like it.
But let me tell you why. Hold on. Before you go any further, let me tell you why they did it. The Bucks has a team full of veterans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a veteran. Everybody got playoff experience, right?
Finals experience.
All of them.
Who? Besides our starters?
Joe Ingles with I don't say finals. He had like Western Conference Finals.
He got Western Conference Finals.
Who you said? Crowder.
Losing. That don't matter if he's losing. But they don't mean
I like Crowder with the Bucks though.
But it's experience. So say this, okay? It's no different than us having Ibaka on the roster, right?
God,
he was there, right?
That was a god awful sign.
All we need him to do is fill in a slot if somebody goes hurt. So if Joe rolls an ankle and he's out 2 to 3 games, guess what? Dragic can pick up them 2 to 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need him for. We don't need him to be our superstar or our next point guard.
Well, he's the backup. Clearly, he's the backup.
We know that, but he is there in case somebody gets hurt. We got another primary ball handler that has playoff experience.
Word on the street is Javon Carter minutes are going to decline.
As they should, because that
size.
Dude will shoot.
Because size.
Well,
and
size.
It's because you can't teach size.
And he doesn't take smart shots. But since we're on this Bucks tip, and we won't cut off until he comes in, but we're on this Bucks tip. The Bucks lost last night because of coaching. Right? It was bad coaching. And the fact that James Harden can draw fouls. I don't know if Bud's strategy is shoot until it makes it, but Javon Carter will shoot the ball.
Javon Carter
every time it gets in his hand.
You know what's funny about that? If he don't shoot it, if he don't shoot when he shoots it, he won't get an attempt. I'm not mad at that. Because I gotta shoot the ball now. I won't get an attempt. But my thing is, like I said before, and we don't have time to really get into it, but the Bucks are maybe possibly too deep. And
that's Bud's biggest problem. He don't even know who to play. That's why they lost last night. He didn't, because clearly Crowder didn't even play the last 8 minutes.
Let me tell you this.
He shouldn't be in the game. He should be in the game.
We were at
the last 5 minutes of the game.
We were at the game last week.
But go ahead.
We were at the game last week against the Phoenix Suns, and Coach Bud ran Chris Middleton, Joe Ingles.
That's the second unit.
Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton,
and what's it called?
And Javon Carter. No, and Brooke Lopez.
No, it went. I thought it was what's his name? What's his name? Bobby.
No, Bobby not in this lineup, and the Bucks didn't score for like 4 straight minutes.
See what happens.
I'm
still either way it goes. We talking about the Bucks. Let's just make this clear. We talking about the Bucks right now, but we ain't worried.
Our defense, but you got to remember, our defense leads to our best offense.
Agreed. We're the best defensive team in NBA.
So, but that's my thing. You didn't even have your best defenders out there.
That's true.
That's the problem.
That's true. So get fellas, get your playoff money ready.
Here we go with the money again.
Playoff money ready. We got it ready. We got to go to a game every round.
I represent the people I represent the people that struggle. They're like, hey man, the Bucks game is a privilege now. Well, it used to be, hey man, let's go to the Bucks game. No, a Bucks game is a privilege now.
We know.
And I know.
Oh, we know.
My man to my left here. No, point no fingers.
Listen.
But anyways,
hold up. Although the Bucks game are privileges for all y'all that used to watch it outside, thanks to Milwaukee typical behavior, I doubt that they let us have that this year. I doubt it.
It brought a lot of people out there. I want to say, you know what? I'm very interested to see how this goes.
And they may have to do it like Madison does at State Street Free Fest. They might have to require a ticket to just get in Deer Dish.
I'm not paying no ticket to get in Deer Dish.
They're not necessarily pay, but register if you're gonna be there.
I'll do that, but I'm not doing that other stuff. But anyways, this has been another what?
Season is different, but Milwaukee behavior has gotten worse.
Very true.
We're talking about last year. We're talking about the fact that Milwaukee may not be able to, because Zeke was talking about people with money going to the playoffs, and he was like, I'm with all them people that be outside watching. What we're saying is Milwaukee.
Well, first of all, I didn't say I said I represent the struggle. I didn't say nothing about being outside.
Anyway, the people that watch
that's
outside
a death sentence.
May not be able to do.
You actually get shot being outside.
That's what I'm saying. Milwaukee may not be able to do that anymore. That's what we're saying.
But I know what Tone's saying. Tone's saying like when we won a championship, it was like that was COVID season, and it was like July
of last year.
Yeah, but it was July. It was hot. Ooh, it was outside. We was outside last year, boy.
That's also why I feel like we're not going to get the All-Star game.
Don't say that.
Cold.
Why would you say that?
It's cold, and let's be 100% honest about Milwaukee. We have no reason to make rich folks want to be here when Chicago is less than an hour and a half away.
Part of that is true, but we
because of who Giannis is, you have to host it at some point.
Yes.
That's what it is.
If Indiana gets it,
and then you got to think about it like this.
They sent it to Indiana. We better get one.
Think what they was just said. They was in Utah just now.
But the difference between all those locations is they're isolated. The third biggest city in the United States is 90 minutes away. And why would we give you Milwaukee when we can give you Chicago?
Why can't we give you Milwaukee and you can drive to Chicago? That ain't nothing but 90 minutes, like you said. They didn't even 90 minutes. I say hour and 10.
All I know is if they give us, saying what Tone, going back to what Tone point is, you come here in Milwaukee, you want to. It's robbing season, All-Star weekend. It's robbing season. Listen, you come out here and ball out, you want to.
The biggest thing is where do you put the rich people at?
We put them. I don't know.
The suburbs.
Hey. The Pfister Hotel, downtown Milwaukee, because you can't get nothing in the Pfister without.
Hey. So there's a 30-minute bus that goes to Waukesha. You hop on this bus, you go to Waukesha.
Listen, if we can get the doggone Republican National Convention, you better bring the All-Star game.
That's facts. That's facts right there. Because Trump walking here happily.
And
he come here
be
happily.
On vacation during that time.
I would like for it to be here on purpose, just so Stephen A. gotta come here.
That's what that's what the finals is for. But we're not gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
This is another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke.
Your boy Dre. Been a good one.
Your boy Keys. Peace, good people. Also, shout out to my nephew, Caden. Been balling out this weekend. Championship game about to go on.
That's what's up.
Appreciate the young fella being learning and developing as he get ready to head to high school, man.
That's good.
Proud of you, young man.
How can they listen?
You can catch us on all streaming platforms. You can also catch us on all social media platforms except for TikTok because we're adults. And Agree with us?
Probably not.
94 Feet Nation, baby.
Peace.